Hey everybody, you're watching Geek This Week, and today I'm here with my absolutely identical clone, though we're totally not the same person at all, right? Yeah, right. Totally a different person.
Yeah.
Anyways, he likes his sleeves rolled up. I don't. Sleeves rolled up. Today we're bringing you all the geeky news from last week, starting with AR contacts, a brand new dinosaur, and the new Dead Cells DLC, all on Geek This Week. This week in gaming, one of my absolute favorite games, the Metroidvania roguelite action platformer Dead Cells, had their new DLC released last week, but I didn't get a chance to play it until last weekend. As usual, Motion Twin absolutely killed it too. The latest expansion, Bad Seed, introduces new areas and new enemies, and of course, new weapons and powers. The expansion also brings in a new style for the game, opening up the mostly concealed tight-quartered fighting to the larger maps of the Arboretum, a sunny greenhouse full of enemies like mushroom mutants and bigger and badder zombie grenadiers. There's also some new enemies that vigorously hunt you down to crush you like, the dead cell thing that you are. Along with the Arboretum, the other new map is the Swamp, filled with cannibals and poison dart shooting ranged enemies. And then there's the new boss, Mama Tick. She's hard to beat and I certainly haven't done it yet, and I don't want to spoil anything about her fight, so I'm gonna stop raving about how amazing this game is now. The expansion is only $5, so I think it's so worth it, and I encourage everyone to pick it up as soon as possible. Blizzard may have been surrounded by a ton of controversy over the last little while, so we're gonna add more to it. StarCraft Ghost was a first-person shooter that Blizzard was working on way back in the days of the OG Xbox and PS2. The game obviously never made it to release, though many wished it would have. The game only ever made its appearance at E3, where they had a playable demo, and because of that, there isn't a lot of footage available for the actual gameplay. Blizzard said the game was never fully cancelled, only put on hold, but seeing as the last time we saw or heard anything official about the game was in 2005, we're pretty sure that if Blizzard does start working on a new StarCraft FPS, it won't be anything like what Ghost was meant to be. It was also originally being developed by the no longer in action Nihilistic Software, which is another reason we think it's unlikely we'll actually see anything from this game again. Anyways, the reason this is news is because there is finally some footage that has been beefed up to be viewed at 720p available on YouTube right now. We'll of course have a link to that in the description. It gives me a very Republic Commando feel, and I have to be honest, it would have been pretty dope to follow Nova's story and see some Zerg up close. And murder them! I don't hate the Zerg. Freaking Zerg rushes. This week in tech, the new Galaxy Z Flip is getting attention as Zach Nelson from Jerry Rigs Everything says the phone screen seems to be plastic and not a glass. This is of course disappointing, seeing as Samsung advertised the phone with a new revolutionary glass. Jerry Rigs Everything runs durability tests on pretty much everything, so of course he was going to run a test on the durability for the new Samsung Galaxy Z, especially since the foldable Razr seems to be pretty fragile. The important tests we see are how easily the phone scratches, only scoring a 2 out of 10 for that test. For comparison, glass usually scores a 5 or a 6. The screen also happens to burn like a plastic, which might not seem like something you have to worry about, but plastic morphs and melts at relatively low temperatures, so it's not really a great sign. After his test, Nelson did say that it's possible that the display is made from a hybrid plastic polymer with specks of glass in the ingredients. But does that really matter if the screen is damaged just as easily as a plastic screen would be? The positive side of the screen is the longevity though, as it's meant to be good for around 20,000 folds, which is a lot longer than the Razrs. So if you are one of the people that plans on getting one of these, just remember to keep your lighter away from the screen. But I seriously hope that you're not someone who tries to light phones on fire. Unless it's for karma on Reddit. Then go for it. This week in science, Augmented reality has been around for a while. Google even tried to bring it into our daily lives with Google Glass, which is officially dead now, by the way. Pokemon Go is also extremely popular and makes use of augmented reality via your phone. And now we've come to Mojo Vision, who recently announced their new product, the Mojo Lens. Mojo Lens is a smart contact lens with a built-in display that can feed you information real time. Not unlike what Google Glass was meant to do, though obviously less intrusive, or it's supposed to be. It seems pretty sci-fi still, and currently the lens can't hold a prescription, but they do have a product that is wearable and does display information for you. The two founders of Mojo Vision, Drew Perkins and Michael Deering, want to provide an opportunity for people with terrible vision, like myself, to improve that without surgery. And maybe even give people supervision. There are practical uses for this idea beyond making it so that I can have elf-like eyes. Hit me up for the role of Legolas in the new rebooted Lord of the Rings.
Talent.
What your elf I see? The Uruk's turn northeast.
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard! Like helping firefighters navigate smoke-filled rooms, or helping people with vision-degrading health concerns. The goal for Mojo right now is to have a releasable product later this decade, which might seem like a long way off, but given the progress they've made so far, it might come a lot sooner than we expect. In other news this week, a new Tyrannosaur species dubbed the Reaper of Death has been discovered. Well, the fossils were actually found around 10 years ago, but it was just recently announced in the Journal of Cretaceous Research. Found in Canada by Jared Voris, a PhD student at the University of Calgary, he also helped name the species, Thanatotherites degrutorum. Probably didn't say that right, but we're gonna roll with it because I only say it one more time. Thanatotherites comes from combining the words Thanatos, the Greek god of death, and Theristes, the ancient Greek word for one who reaps. The T. degrutorum, see what I did there? I'm just not going to say the T word. Estimated to be around 26 feet long, was way smaller than the classic old boy T.Rex, found to be at a max of 40 feet long. The T-Grutorum existed long before T.Rex did as well, around 14 million years before in fact. The Reaper of Death might be smaller and older, but with its name the Reaper of Death, this dino has already made my list of top 10 dinosaurs. One other quick piece of news that is totally worth paying attention to, the new Halo Nerf guns. They look awesome, and I really want the Needler, like really bad. Anyways, it's also, gives us an idea of what to expect from the weapons from the new Halo Infinity. That's kind of really the only piece of news there. Also, they're Nerf guns that are awesome. That's worthy of news, right? Please tell me that I'm right there. Well, that's all from us this week. I do hope you all enjoyed the show. Unfortunately, my clone my identical twin had to leave because because he had plans. So, yeah. I will see you next Thursday on Geek This Week. Only me though, not my clone, identical twin thing, whatever. And hopefully someone else. Bye.